tonight, on Thursday night, you're putting yourself back on the runway, which you haven't done since 2006. Why? And how important is the runway?
The runway, I used to think the runway was not important, and it was a huge distraction, which is why I came off the runway 7 years ago. And it became, in my mind, very irrelevant because we were creating product for editors, but the product wasn't, but it was being viewed by, as of 7 years ago, the content was being seen mostly by consumers through the internet had just become really ubiquitous. And at the same time, the press had become global, and there was TV networks all around the world, and everybody was running these fashion shows. But the problem is the content was, the product wasn't available to anybody. We couldn't get 90% of it into our stores, let alone in the domestically, let alone around the world. And the audience, it was the wrong season. So we were showing spring product, and they were seeing it in the fall season. So it just was irrational, and it was a distraction. It was hurting our business. So, but now we're back because it's all changed. Everything in the industry has changed today. Today, it couldn't be more relevant. It couldn't be more critical. And today, people consume fashion differently. They consume content differently than they ever have before. And it is a really transformational moment that we're in. I thought it would be a great time. We're also 30 years old. Or it's 9th anniversary of our 21st year in business. And I thought this would be a great time to reintroduce ourselves. The clothes are cooler, accessories are cooler, and so we're back.
So at the end of the show, whose review will matter to you the most?
My daughter's. So, but also...
That's a great answer.
But also, and that's the one I'm going to have to go home to at night. So that and my wife's. But that is... but what's interesting now is that we don't consume the product by buying it in the stores. I mean, 1% do maybe. 100% view it, consume it by shooting it, by posting it, by pinning it, by blogging it, by tweeting it, by retweeting it. And today, it is being consumed everywhere in these very unique and interesting ways. And they define themselves by it. And there's Pinterest, and there's Instagram, and there's all these social platforms. So now what we're going to do, by the way, you should know, is that if anybody who follows us will have a fashion experience like they've never had before. And we're going to personalize it to you on every platform. So if you follow us at Kenneth Cole on Twitter, or on Pinterest, or on Facebook or Instagram, we're going to send you, and you'll have your own front row seat no matter where you are, and you'll see the looks as they come out, and we'll describe them to you in ways that we couldn't if you were present. And it'll be this very engaging experience everywhere in the world. And now it becomes relevant. And now you can put it on your Pinterest page, and you can put it in your Instagram, and you can embrace it, you can like it. We don't care if you love it as long as you like it. And you can define yourself by it. And then in effect, I've sold you. And that's all you can really hope to do right now. So it's a very exciting moment. And one other thing too, I've always added an element of social platform to everything I've done. I've always talked about important social issues. I felt it was a lost moment not to, because you have the world's fashion press. You have 20 minutes to make your point heard. And not to seize it, I've always felt was a lost opportunity. So I've done that, but now you not only have the social message, but you have the social platforms. So now it really becomes 360, and it's a very powerful moment. So what we're going to do now is everybody who engages with us in this personal experience at Kenneth Cole, because I know you're all going to follow me now, so I thank you for that. And then if you tweet or retweet any of our messages, for everyone that does, there'll be $1 donated to AMFAR, to AIDS research.
Which is extraordinary. Everybody listening to this, you must do this. And is it just the retweets, or do you do hashtag KC Runway?
Oh, you got to do hashtag KC Runway. Thank you.
Hashtag KC Runway. Hashtag KC Runway. And you send that out, and everybody who does that, $1 will be donated by Kenneth Cole to AMFAR.